Hello and welcome to Law Office of Kenneth Vercammen and our legal podcast. In this edition, we look at self-defense law in New Jersey. The United States Constitution and our New Jersey state criminal statutes permit us to protect ourselves. As a homeowner, there are legal measures that can be used to protect yourself and keep out intruders. The Second Amendment to the United States Constitution provides that we shall have a right to bear arms. The basic question many people have is, if they defend themselves and the attacker claims they're hurt, can you be liable? There are two vastly different grounds for liability: criminal liability and civil liability. Now, under the criminal law, I'd say a person can use force against another person if he reasonably believes that such force is immediately necessary for the purpose of protecting himself against the use of unlawful force by such other person. Such justifiable use of force is commonly called self-defense. The provisions for self-defense to protect citizens from criminal charges found in the Criminal Code at NJSA 2C:3-4A, which states in part, the use of force upon or toward another person is justifiable when the actor reasonably believes that such force is immediately necessary for the purpose of protecting himself against the unlawful force by such other person on the present occasion. In other words, self-defense is the right of a person to defend against any unlawful force. Self-defense is also the right of a person to defend against seriously threatened unlawful force that is actually pending or reasonably anticipated. When a person is in imminent danger of bodily harm, that person has the right to use force, or sometimes even deadly force, when that force is greater. And see, now there are many limits to self-defense on both the criminal side and the civil side. There's duties to retreat. The force used by the defender must not be significantly greater and must be proportionate to the unlawful force threatened or used against the defendant. Unlawful force is defined as force used against a person without the person's consent in such a way that the action would be a civil wrong or a criminal offense. If the force used by the defendant was not immediately necessary for the defendant's protection, or if the force used by the defendant was disproportionate in its intensity, then the use of such force by the defendant may not be justified, and the self-defense claim in a criminal prosecution fails. For additional information on criminal defense, call the Law Office of Kenneth Vercammen, 732-572-0500. Also at 1-800-NJ-LAWS-7. That's 800-NJ-LAWS-7. We're located at 2053 Woodbridge Avenue, Edison, New Jersey, and on the web at www.njlaws.com. That's NJLAWS.com, or benotguilty.com. That's benotguilty.com. Thank you and good luck.